and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the third episode for my Making Money Online and Work From Home series. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about one of my favorite apps in the whole world, and that is Mercari. So Mercari is an app and a website where you can sell almost anything. It's actually known as the selling app, but if you're looking to shop, you can find items listed for up to 70% off. Mercari actually launched back in 2013 in Japan and has since become the largest mobile marketplace in the Japanese market. Fast forward to now, in 2020, 7 years later, the app now has 45 million downloads in just the United States alone and gets over 150,000 listings per day. The app is becoming pretty well known, and it's even been featured on Brit & Co, CNBC, Women's Day, and Teen Vogue, to name a few. I personally have been using this app for 4 years now, and I have made over $4,000 selling my unused, unwanted items. So trust me, you have money laying around in your house right now. Go through your closet, look around your household. If you don't need it or want it or haven't used it in a long time, sell it. If you have clothes that no longer fit or are out of style, sell it. If you have something new that's still in the package that you know you're never going to use, sell it. It's a really great way to declutter your space while also making some extra money. For me, this has been a great alternative to having yard sales where I would be selling these items for much cheaper. I can't even tell you how many times I've gone to list something and I thought, you know what, this is a huge waste of my time. No one is ever going to want to buy this. And to my surprise, more times than not, the item sells. So let's weigh the pros and cons. The app is available to download in the Apple Store with a rating of 4.8 stars, and it's also available for Androids in the Google Play Store. It's free to download and it's very easy to use. They have millions of buyers nationwide, and once you sell an item, there's no need to meet up with a stranger in some weird place. Everything is done online. All sellers are thoroughly checked to verify that they're actually a real person. Their prepaid shipping labels include up to $200 worth of insurance to cover any possible loss or damage that could occur during transit. If the seller delivers as promised, the payment is guaranteed. They will hold on to the funds until the confirmation of delivery is sent, and they will not release them until the transaction is complete. Another pro is that if you are going on vacation or you have to step away for some period of time, you can easily deactivate your listings with a click of a button, so that way you don't have to worry about it. With all the stuff that's currently going on, I personally am unable to ship any items, so all of my listings are deactivated, and I literally did it in 2 seconds. Now let's talk about the cons. What's bad about it? And honestly, the only con that I can really think of is that there's a 10% selling fee. So anything that you sell, Mercari will keep 10% of that sale, but they won't actually take it until the transaction is complete. So what type of items can you sell on here? I said that you can sell basically anything, right? What does that mean? I'm going to go through a list, whether these things are new or used, just to give you some ideas of what you could list. We have accessories, action figures, antiques, arts and crafts, artwork, appliances, athletic apparel, automotive, bedding, books, cameras, cell phones, cleaning supplies, clothing, coats, anything that you could possibly think of clothing-wise. You probably can sell it, besides the obvious like used underwear. You can sell collectibles, computers, decor, dolls, dresses, electronics, exercise stuff, fragrance, furniture, games, handbags, houseware items, jackets, jeans, jewelry, laptops, makeup, magazines, music, office supplies, outdoor items, paper goods, pet supplies, puzzles, shoes, speakers, stuffed animals, sweaters, toys, trading cards, TVs, video games and consoles, just to give you an idea. Now, how does it work? How do you actually list an item to sell? So if you want to sell an item, it is very simple. You can list it within minutes. The first thing that you're going to do is take some photos. You want to take several photos of the item from several different angles so that people know exactly what they're going to be getting, and you can upload up to 12 photos. So it's important to use as much of those 12 photos as you possibly can. Now make sure that the first photo that you have as your cover photo is the best one, because when someone searches for an item, this is going to be the photo that shows up. Next, you're going to add in your description. So this is where you're going to want to make sure that you add in the brand and product name, because whenever people are searching for items, this is typically what they're typing in. So an example of this would be like Michael Kors handbag. The more details that you can share about the item, the better. Try to describe the item as much as you possibly can, including like the size, the color, the shape, condition, the category that it would fall under, and even if there's any flaws. If there's any flaws at all in the item, it's very important that you describe it correctly and as accurately as you can in the description, and try to also include photos of it so that people know exactly what you're talking about. You do have the option to make changes to your listing if you need to go back at any time, and you also have the option of adding up to 3 hashtags so that your item can become more searchable. Once you fill in your description, you're simply going to check off some boxes: the brand, condition, category, and color. Next, you have to set up shipping. So you actually get the power to choose which carrier you want to go with, whether that's FedEx, USPS, or UPS. And what you're going to want to do is weigh the item in the packaging. So shipping is based on the weight of the item as a whole in the packaging, not just the item itself. So they want to know, once this is shipped out in the packaging, how much does that weigh? So what I personally do is I use my food scale for smaller items, and then for bigger items, I will actually just take it into the post office and have them weigh it. Now, you are able to go to the post office and get free boxes, but what I personally do is just save the boxes and packaging and all the items that I personally have purchased online so that I can reuse them for this whenever someone purchases an item. I personally don't ever do free shipping and pay for the shipping myself as a seller, but if you choose to do that, items where you offer free shipping and you as the seller agree to pay for the shipping sell up to 5 times faster. If you choose to do that, make sure that you account for that in your price so that way you're still making a profit off of the item. And then you need to set your price. It's important that you search in the app for items that are very similar or the same as yours so you know what the item is selling for. This ensures that you're being realistic with your price, and it also ensures that you're getting what you deserve for the item. Whenever you are setting your price, remember that there is a 10% flat selling fee once the transaction is complete. So make sure you consider that whenever you're setting your price. They also have a really cool feature with this called smart pricing, where you can set it and forget it. So what this does is it helps you to increase your sales by gradually adjusting your price based on the marketplace demand. Whenever they adjust your price, they will automatically notify anybody who has liked the post so that they are aware of the new price. Now with this, you have to set a floor price. This is the lowest amount that you are personally willing to accept for the item. So whenever they're doing the smart pricing, they will not go below this number. So what happens when the item sells is actually dependent on what you chose for your shipping preference for that item. There's 3 different ways that this could go. The first option is that you get your prepaid shipping label emailed to you immediately after the item is purchased. Your prepaid shipping label includes up to $200 worth of insurance. You then have 3 days to package up the item and ship it out, and once you do, you must update the buyer on the app. So this is recommended for items that are up to 150 pounds and up to 45 inches in length. The second thing that can happen is if you chose to ship it yourself, you must get a valid tracking number and update the buyer with that number once you ship it out, again within the allotted amount of time. And then there's a third thing that can happen. So if you are selling something that is very large and bulky and fragile and needs some extra care, you can utilize pack and ship at the UPS store. The UPS store certified packaging experts will package your item up and ship it for you. Now with this, you also get $200 worth of shipping insurance, and your item will ship at a flat rate across all 50 states. If for any reason you are experiencing a delay or you can't get the item out in time, make sure that you message the buyer and let them know. You and the buyer have the ability to cancel the transaction at any time. Whatever you choose to pay for shipping, whether you're shipping it on your own or the UPS store shipping it for you, a free shipping icon will show up with your listing and tends to sell better. So how much you get paid obviously is dependent on you, how much you want to list the item for, and how much the buyer agrees to pay for it. So of course this is going to vary between different items. So once you do all this, how do you actually get the money? How do you get paid? So once you sell an item and someone purchases it and you ship it out, once the item is delivered to the buyer then has 3 days to confirm that they've received the item and also rate you. If the buyer hasn't submitted a rating within 2 days of the item being delivered, Mercari will automatically send them a reminder. If the buyer still doesn't rate you after 3 days, Mercari will rate you for them so that you still can get paid. Once you get rated by the buyer or Mercari itself, you then, as the seller, have to rate the buyer on the transaction. Once you do that, the funds are added to your balance. Now your balance is something that you can use within the app to search for and purchase other items, or you can simply transfer your balance into your bank account. If you choose to cash out, there are 2 options for doing this. The first option is instant pay, where you can cash out and receive your funds directly to your account within minutes. You are allowed to cash out once a day with a $2 cash out fee strapped to it, and you're allowed to cash out up to $500 a month. If you choose to do this method, a government issued ID is required for verification of your identification. The second option is direct deposit. So this takes up to 5 business days for your funds to reach your bank account. If you have a transfer that is less than $10, you'll be charged a $2 fee for it. Anything over $10, you have no fee and you can get all the money in your funds directly sent to your bank account. I personally never cash out if it's under $10 because of this, and usually I only cash out once a month as it is. So how do you sign up and how do you get started? So what you're going to want to do is go directly to the Mercari website or download their app. So that is Mercari. If you know me, you know that I love this app. I've had a lot of success with it, and I love that you can sell like anything that you want on there. So I hope that this was helpful and informative. If you guys did enjoy this video, please let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. If you're excited to see the rest of the videos in this series, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. If you want to see any of the past videos in this series, I will have a link to the whole series in the description box down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I so appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!